Hey guys, welcome to this video. And today I'm here with a very special guest. It's Wahka from the Discord channel. Are you above or under me? Because I don't know which way to point.
I'm under you. You are my boss. You are up there.
He's right there. This is Wahka. You might know him from some of our other streams, our Discord, and we are the really cool duo that does a lot of stuff with Oriental Empires. And today we are having a first look at the new Oriental Empires DLC, Three Kingdoms. And Wahka, what do you think? Who are we going to play with? Because this Three Kingdoms scenario can be quite tense. There's a lot of betrayal, a lot of backstabbing. Who do you think would be a smart pick?
Really, if we take this time period, which is after all the rise of the Three Kingdoms, there is never a good choice to pick in that regard. Because the story, there are so many people doing so many things wrong. But the one that we came to a conclusion about, really the man that starts it all, the man that really warned about everything, and the man that then tried to take the entire thing and almost succeeded. We're going to be playing as the man himself, Cao Cao.
Cao Cao, oh lord.
The great founder of Wei. You can't get much better than that.
Let's see, so he has, well, if you look at that map, you can see that this new scenario is very crowded. And it's going to be a lot of fighting, it's going to be a lot of diplomacy, nasty little schemes, and Cao Cao is very much surrounded by some very close neighbors.
Most of them are, luckily in the beginning, not a problem. You mainly only need to worry about one side in the beginning, which is by, let me show quick here, there is of course the great tyrant Dong Zhuo, who is another big troublemaker that kinda tried to make himself the emperor during this period. Luckily things didn't go as planned for him. And then there is
the tyrant.
Then there is his adopted son Lu Bu, who is going to be probably our biggest concern here in the beginning, because as we can see here, he has no settlements in the very start. But we're right next to him, so he might be coming straight for us.
Yeah, probably, unless we get him first.
Potentially, there are some ways we can do about that, so should I just show the map or should we check something else out, you think, Saskia?
I think we should probably just go for it, right?
Let's do this.
Alright, so you do see that all the factions have their own little stats and traits, but it's mostly all about just, you know, how many settlements, how many population, and a few extra things. But yeah, I think Cao Cao is a very good option for now to show some interesting stuff. So here we go. We got the first of the scripted events. Wahka, would you be so nice as to read this for the viewers?
But I don't have a proper reading voice. Oh, but fine.
You can do it.
While at the court in Luoyang, Cao Cao became worried by the rise in power and tyrannical behavior of the Prime Minister Dong Zhuo, and became part of a conspiracy to assassinate him. He ingratiated himself with Dong Zhuo so that he could get close, and obtained an especially sharp dagger to pierce the armor that the tyrant habitually wore.
Ooh, it starts off juicy already. And I'm very happy you're reading it, because I would butcher these names.
It's only because that I've actually been so interested in this period, else I would also be butchering them, and there are still names that I butcher.
Okay, fair enough.
Failure.
Ooh, chapter 2.
At the last moment, Dong Zhuo caught sight of the blade in a mirror and turned around. Cao Cao quickly dropped to his knees and pretended that he had brought the dagger as a gift. Dong Zhuo bought the story for long enough for Cao Cao to escape his residence, but not waiting to give Dong Zhuo time to reflect on the incident, Cao Cao immediately fled the capital and rode east. And had one heck of an adventure, I can already tell you that. Lots of things went wrong for him.
Oh no. And so now we're here. And we're already in debt. Great.
We're not in debt yet. We are losing money. We're not in debt.
Right, okay. We're on our way to being in debt unless we fix something.
And we start out with just one city, 2 half-stack armies, plenty of generals. Which, let's take a closer look. We need to look at the man himself after all, because
yes,
very game, unique models have been added to these people. And let's see, I think here he is. In his very, very shiny armor and a very fancy hat. Cao himself looking grandiose as ever. And over here we have another commander that is with us. I think this is, Cao Hong right here. He doesn't have the same hat as his portrait. That's an interesting factor, but here he is. Looking pretty
I guess he
neat
had
in
a
his
different
armor.
day. He wanted to match it with the lovely grass.
It's just warm for him like it is for us, so he just wanted to get the helmet off.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Mm-hmm. And we have some more people all around, some family members and everything, and that is one of the main points in this coming DLC, the focus on the characters.
Yes, definitely. And also, still one of my favorite things in Oriental Empire is just in general is to zoom in and zoom out. You can zoom out so far and zoom in all the way on the characters, and I think that is such a cool feature. I've never really seen it in a lot of other games before, like such a really, really deep zoom. But it's really fun to see, and you can find all these little details on the map.
Just like we're looking at right now, we're seeing the farmers working the fields, slowly working, and we can also see in the background as we get a little bit closer, bit by bit.
Yeah,
we have
that looks
people
great.
in the villages. It's just, I like that little detail. They don't do much when they're standing here, but it still just gives a different feel of life. You just know, I have people here.
Yeah, you need to take care of them. You're responsible for their life.
But with that, what should our first action be, Saskia, do you think?
Well, I think we should make sure that we're not losing money each turn unless it's for something really useful. And I also see that we do not have any walls around our settlement, which might be dangerous. That's something I would take care of, I think.
That is definitely some options. Here's what I think, though, that we need to do. We need to make certain that our border is safe, because right now we are surrounded technically by an enemy that is currently called the, let me get the mouse over here properly, the Han minor officials, which is just minor towns congregated into a rebel faction at the moment. But they're not actively moving around and fighting us. Thereby, we're currently not surrounded by anyone that will attack us. However, on our left side over here, we have, if I'm not wrong, Dongzhou's army right here, standing ready. And I know, since I have tried starting a Cao before, just to see how it can go. There is the Lubu right on the other side, over these hills right here, in the back. So the biggest thing that we actually can do right now is take Guandu before he does, and then use it as a defensive point to distract him. Again, strategic thinking in a 4X game. Who knew?
And I'm just here, well, maybe we should build walls and get out of debt. And you're just like, I have this whole plan. But I guess it's wise, yes.
Because the faster we also get to take some cities, the faster we can get that money. Because else what we need to do right now is make our armies weaker and not really be able to do much in the land around us. And also, there's one major thing actually. Historically, Xu Chang, the city that is down here to the bottom of us, was the capital of the Wei Empire. And that's not held by us yet. Which I feel is kind of wrong. So I would very much like to go down and take it so that it becomes ours.
So we need to get some archers going to get through those walls.
So I need to come up with both a defensive strategy, but also start an offensive fight at the same time. We're going to lose a lot of money in the beginning, but we need the armies to quickly take the land that we need to get it. But before we do any of that, there's a new button over here that wasn't usually there before in the original game.
That's one of my favorite new things in this DLC. Are we talking about the Royal Court screen in Office?
Yes, we are. I'm gonna press the button now.
Yes, do that.
Here it is, the Royal Court. In here there has been added a lot of interesting things that you actually can do with your characters, because before in the game it was very bare bones with what you could do with them. Before it was mainly having them in your cities to govern them, or sending them out to be smaller buffers to your armies. Now though, there's a whole slew of things. One, you can make babies. You couldn't do that before. You can get married. There's just so many other strange things like minister popes.
Cheeky concubines.
Which we apparently have one on, which is Liu Xian.
Oh.
But in here we can also see other important people of our court. We can find out if we have prisoners. We can find out what our ministers do when we finally get some of those. But we could...
And you can execute people.
True. You can also do that. So if there's someone we don't like, we can just press this lovely little button over here and then remove them.
It even has a sound effect.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible, and I'm not gonna do it right now since none of these guys have done anything wrong yet.
They're doing their job just fine.
We could get rid of the concubine though. We don't want any concubines, do we?
You know, they do generate upkeep. So if we want to get out of that debt, maybe we should just chop.
It is 50 in upkeep we would get rid of, and well, she has given us one child. Is it okay to murder the mother of one of your children?
I'm not sure why we're asking ourselves these questions.
I don't know, the game is making us.
Let's keep her alive for now.
Okay.
It will make Cao Cao very, very upset if we do that.
True that.
And the little baby too.
But there's also the option of picking your own heir. Should we do that?
Well, I think that would be good, because without an heir, people won't have a lot of faith in your kingdom.
True. So let's
yeah, let's take a look. Does he have any children?
He has 3 children, but all of them are still in their children's state, so they cannot be picked yet. Which I find is a little interesting, but that is how it's been chosen to be made.
Yeah.
It also makes sense that you'd rather than pick one of your brothers if you have some, and then say he can take over until the child is then old enough to take over.
Exactly, yeah, that would be a good choice, I think, at least to have some backup plan right now.
Yeah. So we have Cao Hong, Shang Miao, Zhao Ren, or the awesome advisor Sun Yu, who helped Cao Cao a lot in his campaigns to take over various other rulers that was around the land.
He sounds pretty cool. Of course, we have to take a look at all these stats that they have.
Sadly, the stats are not really that well displayed, but apparently we have the various pips right here. None of them apparently give any authority at the moment. But the candidate I would say, which is still then also family related, would be Zhao Ren, which I think was indeed a brother of Cao Cao. So he could be a potential heir. He also is the highest stats of our generals, aside from our advisor Sun Yun.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to do.
And let's pick it up there. Appoint as heir. Do we want this character as the faction heir? Yes. So now if Cao Cao does indeed die, Zhao Ren will take over. And
good.
People should be a little less angry at us for it when that happens.
Exactly, yeah. No, sounds like a great plan. And there's a little smiley now.
No, that smiley is actually more when you click the various characters. Some characters like each other more than others.
Yeah.
Yes. And when you can also see it when they don't like others. I have before just clicked, let's just do that for fun. We can get 3 more characters, or potentially 2, if we click find a suitable lady to be a concubine button.
Oh yeah.
Then these 2 will show up, and Sun Yu apparently just knows the ladies. And I'll be honest, he found some good ones.
I know, that's very funny. He's like, this is the one for you. It's a bit like Oriental Tinder.
I got one for each arm. Do you?
It is a funny screen. But it's fun to mess around with. I like it.
Yep. And then if you... Oh, I clicked it again and another one showed up. Wait, that's my wife. Or, no? It's just the hat that confused me.
Yeah, that would be super weird.
But if we then hired one of these set concubines, the other 2 would appear as our important people I have seen before, which is just like, then you can just fill your court out with the concubine ladies all over. So that could be an interesting way to play the game at some point. But apart from that, then you could also banish people, if I'm not wrong. Or is that not? Yeah, you can dismiss the character from your court.
Dismiss them, yeah.
then they can be picked up by other people around in the land. And we can also do something like that with prisoners. We can try to hire them as well.
And the nice thing is as well that when we are going to play a bit further into the scenario, there will be more information about your court in this screen. About edicts, you can either choose to tackle certain problems, but also to see how your corruption is doing, because corruption is also something new that is added in this DLC. And it can be a pain, but it's interesting to deal with.
And it's something you need to deal with because the boons will just be explosive if you do it right. And it's just...
Yes. It's
about edicts,
very, very good.
There are, after all, some new ones that came specifically also with this game. One of them, for example, is the Minister Coachman, which is one of those minister posts that we saw on the court screen that you then can get. Which then will put one of your men into an office, making them like you a little bit more, do more for your country, and also give you more authority. Authority, blah 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 blah.
Authority.
Authority.
That's
I need to get my
good.
British out while I'm trying to say Chinese names.
Your Chinese is doing pretty well, I mean, with the names and everything.
I hope so. If I butcher it, I'm sorry, everyone.
I've just written down Cao Cao here in front of me because I don't want to be one of those people that doesn't pronounce it right. So I've heard people say Cao Cao and Chow Chow and I don't know.
A loved child has many names.
Yes. Cao Cao.
But with this after all. Oh, no. You go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just asking, what are we going to issue this edict right now? The upkeep is quite high, but is it worth it for this moment?
It's not going to be worth it because our upkeep is going to get exceptionally high with what I have in mind to both stop Blue Boo and to also take Xu Chang.
Let's get to it then. I want to know what we're planning.
Okay, I'm gonna just send my people out on all the various routes. Sauron is going to go for Guandu, along with most of this retinue here to have a proper garrison. Cao Cao is going back to his capital, so that he's nice and safe, so he doesn't need to fall over and die.
That would be a shame if that happened very early. And of course, we need to take care of our knowledge tree.
That is true. We'll get to that after I've just given out some commands here.
Alright, you command them.
Because now comes the huge recruiting that I'm going to do. Because we're just going to empty out the city.
Flush them out.
Oh yes. As we go over here, then I'm going to give some of our units these specific commands that you can do. Because right now they're just in a normal move forward and attack movement, so they're just attack whatever is in front of them and not think about doing anything else. However, you can give them a charge, which gives them, for example, they don't take care of their own lives and then get a higher charge bonus. But they also take more damage while doing so. Then we're going to put these light horse archers on the harass movement.
That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, it's a very good one.
It works very well.
It makes them constantly move and try and shoot the enemy for a long, long time, making it so that they can try and dwindle their numbers before they even have to try and engage.
Exactly.
Then we got some noble cavalry here that I'm going to put on outflanking. Because with the idea I have, Ubu is going to focus most of his attention on Guandu, get shot by the arrow archers on their horses, and then get attacked on the sides by the noble cavalry, getting him into some lovely pincer moves.
Haha, let's see how that plays out.
Yep. And then we're going to send all the peasants down here to these farm areas to do a little bit of raiding in the beginning to help with our income problem. And then we're going to start wearing down Xu Chang down here that only has 4 defenders. But it, on the other hand, have stone walls. A big hurdle to come over in the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Even just the wooden palisades can be tricky, but the stone walls, you really need a solid crew for that.
Yes, which is why we need the number of archers we have, because the only thing that they can burn down to help us get inside is the gates. If it was a wooden palisade, archers could take down the walls and everything.
Exactly.
But for this thing, we'd need artillery to take down the wall. Yeah, there's so many things to actually think about.
So we're also raiding some farms for money, right?
Yes, we are. That when you're getting a certain size of a unit, then they spread out in a bigger cone. So because of that, when these guys get over here, they can technically reach these 3 out here around them. So we'll get about at least 100 from these guys, and another 100 potentially from these that's going to come up here from the north.
It's like 50 per tile for raiding a farm. It's still a really, really nice way to get some quick money.
Mm-hmm. But we also don't want to ruin the land too much, because after all, we kind of want
it's going to be ours.
Yeah.
As well. It's like we're raiding our own farms right now to build them later.
Yeah, it's just, you need to burn something to then rebuild it.
All right. So the next step would be tech tree, right?
Yep. And we start out already having a lot of it researched.
Yeah.
The bronze has been done. So which one would you prefer to go for in here out of the options we have? We have extra food, shooting galleries on the stone walls that we don't have.
I think more food is often my choice, because I think that's quite good to have. And especially early on, well, we're not really early now, but I think more food is always a good priority.
And we will go for that one, because the only other choice that I also feel out of those that we have, because aside from the food and the shooting galleries, we could get better walls, we could get another type of unit, spears and crossbows, but we don't really have crossbows available to us right now. So that would make sense. And then there is also giant double crossbow, which is an artillery piece, and a trebuchet. So yeah, the food definitely sounds like the good option.
Because the trebuchet also won't help us with getting through those walls, right? It's against the units more.
Trebuchets can actually do that. Is actually the heaviest thing we can get to break down walls at the moment.
Oh, really? I thought, okay, maybe I'm confused with another type of artillery that is good against cavalry, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, there is definitely one of those.
Trying to think.
But the only
or is it the one on the bottom? No, I'm not sure now.
The one that used to be at the bottom, because in the original game you can also get gunpowder. In this game, you cannot. So there is cannons in the original game, which this one don't have. So remember that, everyone. And we have crafting, which have a lot of options. The one that I heavily will go for is one called steel, because it increases iron value. True, and we don't have much of that. But
yes,
it increases chance of melee attacks by 10%.
And that's what we need right now, because we're gonna go and get into a lot of fighting.
Oh yes. So it won't help us at the moment. Later on, that 10% extra will be worth it.
Yeah.
Then there is the more thought process of everything, and there's honestly only one that I'd go for in here, which is good old tea culture.
Yeah, because it just makes everything research a bit faster, which is great.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer.
Then we go for the no-brainer. Then we have knowledge, where there is again a few smaller options, but they're really... It's either, for me, it's either anesthetics or mathematics, because anesthetics makes it so that we, after all, take less casualties during combat, or more after we've won a battle, so that more of our men will remain. But,
I like that one.
But then there is also mathematics, which again helps us research faster. So it's really... That one
it depends on how many turns it takes, because we are going to do quite some fighting, but I think this is still like 6... Wait, how many turns does it even say?
For the anesthetics, 60 turns, yes, and for the mathematics, 44.
Yeah, so we won't even have the anesthetics time before we fight, so...
No.
I'd say just go for the mathematics then, so we just have that all set up.
Yeah.
Right? Do you agree? Cool.
That's pretty much all that we really have to check on right now. We can take the player status quickly to just look at again what it was for bonuses that Cao Cao specifically has as a faction.
Oh yeah, yes, that's a good one.
His peasants are overall 10% happier, which is a very helpful thing when you take new towns and when they don't have enough food, because they're going like, oh, you burned our farms, that's okay, we like you anyway. And then we're a bit more effective in combat. We have more power development, which we could see in our research tree, where we already had a 20%. Then our units have a bit more morale, and we cannot be eliminated as long as either Cao Cao or a descendant of his faction is alive.
Well, if he's the only one remaining, he better run.
If we ever get to that point.
I hope not, I hope not.
Yeah. Then we get some victory conditions, which is just to see where we are. And right now we are as close to the bottom as we can get, because we don't really have anything or have done anything. And we can check our influence numbers with the culture. Better increased happiness for the peasants and more trade power, if I don't remember wrong. I think it even says some of the values down here for, yeah, silk, ceramics, and local specialties. And authority against the nobles to keep them in line, and also with how many towns we can handle. And since we only have one, I think we're good to go on that one with our lovely 15.
Yeah.
Then there is some automation, but we're not going to do that. I like to do everything myself.
No, we're going to manage everything ourselves.
Yep. Oh, and there's another thing. The building menu. Need to set up some farms because we would like our town to grow a little bit.
Yeah, let's make sure that they're doing stuff, obviously, because it would be a waste of turns.
Oh, there is something to go for up here. There is some lovely wild game, which will give some extra food and a little bit extra trade increase, which we're going to be using later when we have taken some more towns. It's gonna be a nice little help. And then we can see what buildings we also have to begin with. This is all we can build, but there is something one needs to consider about this every time you play. Just because you think like, oh, this building will be a good help, there is a catch to every building. Cost first, it has a base cost, and then it has an upkeep cost.
Yeah, and that can really rack up and get you in a debt.
Mm-hmm. And currently, we have 2 such buildings right now. In our capital, we have some stables that costs 100 in upkeep, and a bowyer costing 15. But because of that, we can get our horse archers, which is going to be a great help because it's our only professional unit aside from nobles. And there are peasant rebellions out around in the world, so we will need those professional units for what is to come.
Yes, we do.
But with that,
okay. Sounds like a plan then.
Are you ready to see what madness that I'm trying to throw out on everything?
Yes. It's ready for that first turn now.
Oh god, please let it go well. Lu Bu, don't kill everyone.
Always Lu Bu.
Okay, and here we can see all of my movements, all of these units moving around to do what I want them to. And we can see some of Lu Bu's units right over there hidden on the side. All of my plans coming together. Speed it up a little bit. We can see here. Yep, here he comes, here he comes. Here is a potential first fight for the very place. With my cavalry raiding out here on the front. And seemingly Lu Bu himself on a horse right here. With a stick in his head. Oh no, that's on the other side, sorry about that. And here he comes. And we have my guys, first my archer cavalry coming around to shoot into the flanks of the enemy, since they are, as I expected, focusing more on trying to take the town. One of them trying to come in and be a bother. We got our first couple of kills, so first blood goes to the Cao forces. But here comes the thing that I'm worried about, and that is if our men inside here can handle... Oh, that charge devastated us. Did not like that at all. We still have some fighting there, but Lu Bu... We got Lu Bu, maybe! Oh, we might have captured him.
Did we maybe? That would have been amazing if we had him.
We'll find out after the battle, but we can see his halberd right there in his colors. So there is a chance that we just got him, and here comes my flanking cavalry. Well, it might... Here we go. Here it comes in. Just as planned. Oh yeah. And you can see up on the numbers here, we should have the advantage for now. And we still have these guys out here waiting and being a pain. So yeah, I think we got this one.
Great, great, great.
So yeah, who is it over here that is too stubborn to give up? Another potentially named character from Lu Bu's very army. Ah, here we go. Now we just need these over here, and I think either they were a special unit or their commander might already be down. And they're accepting my arrows. Here we go. Some of my guys fell potentially to my own arrow fire. That is not good. Guys, don't shoot our own in the back. That is not what I ordered you to do. But
well, yeah, you said harass.
Yeah, true. They're harassing my own troops. Oh boy. Are they going for... Nope. Where are they going? They're going all the way... They wanted to inspect the town, taking a complete roundabout. And I think they're going to challenge these guys over here to a fight. Or no, they're going for the town again now, just over here instead. And the fight ended before we could finish to see what was going on there. That was some interesting... But that was the defense of Guandu, and I'd say a very successful one at that. Did we? We'll find out in diplomacy here in a moment. Liu Bei coming in. Information about their enemies, don't mind if I do.
No.
Same for Xu Chang. Yeah, they're just offering, they're not asking for anything else. I love it.
It's always like that first turn, you get so many diplomacy pop-ups because everybody is just like starting off the game and like, okay, we want this, we want that. And they're all just trying to get everything they can and fight for their own faction. It's quite interesting how they all have, you know, they all want to have a piece of the pie.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like we caught Lu Bu, but we got Gao Jun, another one of their leaders, and they will pay 100 for him. So here we have to make a pretty important choice.
Yeah. Well, I think 100 is not enough for the prisoners.
Yeah, and it also will give them a unit back if we do that, so...
Exactly. Or we're gonna listen to that amazing execution sound, or we're gonna try and find if he can do something useful in our lands.
Oh yes, so let's just say no to these guys.
No. Better add a 0 to that, my friend.
Okay, Yuan Shu wanting to make a silly deal that I am not going to agree to. There we go, came with another one that he said yes to, and more information. Lovely, lovely. We're going to have a lot more of the map to be able to see after this, and this will actually help our economy a bit. 37 gold for another 10 turns, so we're going to not lose it too fast. And they're not asking for us to pay anything. So, yes.
Fine.
They want information. I will not give information. I am Cao Cao. I do not share unless I have a plan for it. I am only interested in my own self-interest in uniting the land in my own way. Let's see. We didn't capture Lu Bu, but we did see his horse fall, though. So I'm a little surprised over that one. But here
Maybe
he is.
He's a good runner.
Maybe. It was just my horse that fell. I'll go and get a new one.
Yeah. Easy enough.
So we have Gao Shun right now that we captured, and then we have our cavalry here. We could try and send those out actually to try and see if they could take down Lu Bu then. But there is a high chance that we might pull in some not wanted attention from our friends over here, because I think Lu Bu might try and gather up for another attack. So there is that to worry about. But it could also, if I'm lucky, he might say, okay, there's too much trouble over here, and then he might go for Yin Chuang down here at the bottom. And, oh yeah, let's check out...
Also a pretty big army there, though.
But look at this. This is all the information we just gathered last turn here. All of this. Now we can just see where everything is happening.
Yeah, and if you zoom out now, look how colorful that is. That's insane. So many things going on. I must say, like, when I first started up this scenario, I was very overwhelmed by just the amount of factions, and everybody's just fighting each other and trying to get everything they want. And it is very much different than if you start the grand campaign and everything's very relaxed.
Everyone just starting with one city, and
exactly.
This is just,
some peasants.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of grass here. Get some rhinos there.
Yep. And indeed, the looting that we did of the farms gave 100 gold each, so that kept us going for a little longer. Now, I need to make a choice. Do I keep the cavalry up here, or will I send it down to help with Xu Chang? Because the thing is, that is still archers, and that is still cavalry that can help hitting through the peasants that are defending the town. But if Lu Bu comes over for another attack, I would like to have some more people over here to protect it. These are the worries in here in the first turn, because these guys trying to attack this place on their own won't have much luck. But because of that, I'm going to send over Shang Miao over here, down to help, so he can give that morale boost, and make it so that everyone potentially won't run away too quickly and fight that little bit harder.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm also going to change the archers a little bit here, because these guys needs to be in the background, focus on taking down the gates and to take down these galleries and towers so they can't shoot back at us. While the infantry then in the melee focus on when we get to that point to attack in through the gates. So hopefully that'll go well, but time will tell.
I'm excited to see how that plays out.
Mm-hmm. We're going to wait there for one. I can make them go and burn a few more farms down, but again, I don't want to burn too many down.
I mean, we're still financially doing okay. We're losing money, but
that will change. That will change when the unit starts to die.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they're pretty expensive right now, aren't they?
Yeah. Let's look at our prisoner.
Oh, yeah. What are we doing with him?
Let's see here. He's a 2-2, which is pretty much better than most of the other guys. Remember what I talked about, the concubines? They did appear in the court now. They are all here.
Wow.
And some like some, others don't like others. I really just love all these smiley faces all over the place.
It's like all this intrigue going on.
Yep.
So the prisoner, yeah, the smileys are funny. The prisoner, what are we doing with him?
We can try and recruit him, but there is a chance that he won't say yes, because after all his faction is still around. But if he does join us, then we get another general that I can send down to help the peasants down south. His upkeep will, I think, go up a little bit further, but I still think it would not be a bad choice to do.
Alright, I'm up for trying, if he's not gonna rebel or anything. But there's always a chance that he's not gonna listen to us.
True. But
or not be very happy. Maybe give him a concubine.
He said yes.
Good. He recognizes our greatness.
Well, he does seem to like Cao Cao, so that's a good thing already, so that's just a plus. Now there's another general who just got here, and he's gonna go down and join the other peasant unit, so that they will all be ready.
Great.
Next turn, and then we have our cavalry. You're just gonna relax right there and help repelling anyone coming over. Right, capture settlement warning. Forgot about that. So many things to worry about. We're going to occupy,
yeah.
Even if it's not much of an increase in money right now. It is definitely good, and it has fish.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we only have one tiny settlement, so a second one is a no-brainer to get.
Yeah. But with that, I think we're ready to go for the next turn, and then next turn after that, the attack on Xu Chang will begin, depending on Lu Bu's actions. Let's hope he's a wise boy and goes south instead of trying to go after me anymore.
Well, I don't know, yeah, we have big armies, but he's also not doing too bad.
Yeah, the problem is, compared to ours, most of ours, aside from this big cavalry stack here, he has other units that are professionals, and The
Yeah.
real armies we have, that's mainly peasants. Which I won't ever pick up for a fight like that.
No.
Ready to end turn?
Yes, press that gong.
Let's do this.
Boom.
Okay, Lubu's units are coming over, and apparently, yep, he's trying again.
Oh.
Just his 2 general units right here, and he's deciding to go on foot. Now that's interesting.
Interesting or stupid?
Well, it's Lubu, so it would be mean to just say stupid. Because he is not the great strategical mind. But with that, he's really taken away his biggest strength. Even though he has very strong, you know, bodyguards and all that. We also have bodyguards that just know just as well how to fight. So, this feels strange. And compared to him, we will have cavalry that's going to harass him all the way. But here come some of his more professional units. Will my cavalry be decimated right here, or will they be smart enough? Nope, they're getting poked in the boat.
Oh.
But it seems like the main part of the unit is distracted, so that's okay. Are they trying to go for the town as well? I think that might be what they're trying to do.
They might. Also, because we don't have a wall, it's pretty vulnerable right now.
Well, it's less vulnerable actually for other reasons, because now they only have 4 points of entry, while with a wall, if you have the archers, you can make far more entry points and make it more dangerous. We have enough people to keep this place safe, and with our cavalry constantly following them in the back, and even Lubu getting decimated over here with only 2 guys left. Lubu, is he lying around down here again? Let's see. Yeah, there he is, lying on the floor yet again. This time he can't blame the horse for having fallen off.
No. It's all him this. Not too bad.
Let's see, there's some more forces coming over. Are they going to try what their leader could not? Yes, they are. He just won't give up on trying taking this. These are, on the other hand, something to worry a little bit about. Now they are on horses, so therefore they are far more strong in their charge, and we have far fewer people inside the actual settlement now. And these are imperial horsemen, so we might, or guard cavalry, which is some of the best you can get. But they didn't do a proper charge, so there we were lucky. Not sure why they decided not to do that, but I'm happy that they didn't. Okay, there's just these things going on here. Going to speed this one up a little bit more. Let's see here. Here they decided to not do the charge properly either.
It seems like the guys don't have a plan at all. They're just.
Well, their leader did just run off, so maybe they're going like, I don't know if we can do this.
I'm just gonna do whatever.
Yeah. We have so much cavalry just standing here. You doing okay in there? Would you mind helping us? But it seems like they're also on the run now, so that's something. Yeah, they did not want to join in on this anymore.
No.
Now they're just going to run around the town, and there we go. That's the end of this time's fight. Did we capture Lubu?
I hope so. That would be super cool.
Cao Hong got captured. We lost one.
Oh. What, with
That's
that little
not-
group?
Yeah, apparently, but we did capture actually an Hao Meng from Lubu's court. So maybe let's see if we can't do a trade of prisoners of war.
That could be fair.
Very much like our guy back. They cannot agree to this.
What, they don't want their own guy back for our... That doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't really. Okay, let's just see here. Can I pay a very small amount and see if that will do it? Okay, we got our guy back.
Ooh. Sometimes they just need to see gold to get motivated.
Yep. But now he also have a full bodyguard again. So there's that plus. Let's see here. We have those. I don't see... Oh, Lubu, he's down here now. Just him and his one only friend.
Go home, Lubu.
Is he just constantly dressing his bodyguards up so that it seems like it's him that we're defeating, and then he's just like, aha! You got foiled again. Is he wiser than I give him credit for?
Maybe. I mean, we thought we had him twice and we still don't have him, so...
Yeah, that's true. But hopefully with this he might start having better ideas than continues to go for us. I would really just feel that AI would be way too silly if it didn't.
True.
Okay. Time to try and attack Xu Chang from 2 sides at the same time. We have 6 archers, so it should go relatively okay in taking down the walls. I'm gonna move these guys up a little further and... no. Actually gonna... I'm gonna send them into the settlement for now, just so it's fully fielded up and even less likely to be taken. And I will feel a little bit more safe about that. So, anything else you think we should do that would be a good idea?
It's just funny to me that probably personally I would have built a wall around those settlements as the first choice. But I like to see the way you treat it now, that you don't have walls, and that apparently it is actually not as dangerous as I think it is. But yeah, what else?
It's also just a wall costs 750. If we took
I know,
that
it's
out
a
of our
lot.
starting economy, we would already have a much bigger problem.
True, you're right. Is it smart at this point to also maybe see if we can send out a settler, or is that just recipe for destruction?
We might do that because we're going to okay, this is a little future telling, but we're going to get a mission to take a certain settlement, so we will get a little bit of income right there.
Yeah.
And with that, we should be able to make indeed a settler, and then we could go over towards over here and see if there's anything worth it. But else, the main point we should more focus on, because the settler is after all a very small settlement, while there is plenty around us we can actually take, like Ding Qiao and Xu Chang over here would make a nice line for us to just continuously grow in.
I think for this scenario, you shouldn't have too much of a peaceful focus, because I think that's just not going to work out. And I'm normally a pretty peaceful player. Like, I wouldn't easily attack someone or choose to take over their settlements, but I would probably choose to expand more and focus on my own economy. But in this scenario, you just need to be fighting all the time and just showing that you're not someone to be messed with, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess so. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna come.
No, well, I'm not really. I wasn't planning on saying anything else very important. I was just saying that it's interesting to see the way you treat this scenario, because I learned from that. Because I'm just, they call me a turtle player.
You're the ice queen. You just make your ice palace and then you sit in there and just go like, you can't touch me.
I just have my popsicle and I'm done.
But a faction that you could play that could potentially do the way that you have in mind, Saskia, would be as Liu Yan, who is over here in a much more peaceful corner with only some settlements, as you can see around, with some hefty garrisons in them. So you can more focus on just, trying to build up and make your economy like you wanted before you start expanding.
That's true. And we chose Cao Cao, so of course it's obvious that we're getting into a little bit of trouble.
Oh yes. I am ready to end turn if you are.
Yes. Boom.
Okay. Let's see how bad it goes at the attack of Xu Chang.
No, stay positive. It might go really well.
Well, everything is already on fire, so I'm not sure how well it's all gonna be. And it seems like...
This is gonna be like taking a pizza out of the oven.
Yeah. And it seems like Lu Bu is changing his mind and indeed going south. The boy has a brain. But here we go. Our archers shooting with their flaming arrows onto the gate to try and make it burn while our troops are getting shot at. We have one gate so far on fire, so we have 1 point where we can try and get inside. What do we have? Do they have any defenders right there at gate yet? Yep, here they are.
Yeah. A few. We still have the bigger numbers though.
Yeah, now we're also attacking over at the other end. But again, they are in defensive position. They just need to keep us at bay while their towers continuously just harass us with their constant fire. And it is just peasants on peasants, so I'm not expecting the best results in one way or the other.
Yeah, true.
Also, these guys are cheating. Man down, man down. I know. Everyone is falling down. Oh, hello. I misspoke. What do we have here? Is that, some guard spearmen taking their chance in running around Guandu. Not sure why. But here we have our
Probably
general
just because he
around.
can.
Yeah, it's still just interesting. And here we have some of our peasants running away. What was that? That was some archers that apparently had taken too much damage for now. But let's keep an eye on these numbers here. Just because our number has fallen there doesn't mean that we've lost that many units, just so everyone knows. That just means that some of ours have fled. But as we already can see out here, there's just corpses littering the fields. But Wu Chang now has...
it's a mess there.
But Wu Chang now has 3 entry points, and it only has 4 units inside to protect it. So if we can just make some of theirs lose enough numbers to start giving up, then it shouldn't be the hardest to take it. Either next turn or the turn after. And then we will have the Wei Empire's old capital. The glorious city of Xu Chang. The future.
And probably our debt issue, or not debt issue, but like losing money issue will be resolved a bit better.
A little bit, yeah. It's not gonna fix it, but it's definitely not gonna be as hard.
No. We're inheriting a... Well, inheriting not really, but we're getting a town that's been on fire for a long time.
It's just the climate. Everyone is used to this, aren't they?
It's like, it reminds me of that meme where this, I think it's a dog just sitting in a house that's on fire and he's like, this is fine, I'm fine. Oh, wow.
Where is this banner going? Where, okay, so,
Going for a little walk there.
Yeah. Guard cavalry that's out doing naughty things. But with Lu Bu now pretty much going down here, and I hope that he's gonna continue down south, I can take out all this cavalry again and send it over towards here to also help in. And then we still will have plenty enough units to defend, unless Lu Bu himself decides to come on over.
Oh god, not again.
Yeah, I really hope that that's not going to happen either, but that is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Might do a slight rechange, because there is after all still this guard unit over here, and I would really like it not to be there. So I'm sending a single cavalry over there.
Yeah, just get him out of the way. I always have that, well, it makes me feel anxious that there's someone just lurking, and then if you lose sight of them for a little bit, they'll just do something really stupid, and you're like, ugh.
Let's try something here. Hello, Lu Bu. Would you like,
Ooh, what are we doing?
Let's see. There is a chance we might get the mighty Lu Bu here. It said it was over in their favor. No.
He does have a brain, huh?
Yeah. I think that you might... Nope. I'm just trying to find a way to make peace with him so we don't need to worry about his units, but he's not taking the bite.
No, he still probably needs to cool down from all that fighting he did.
Yeah.
He's not our biggest fan at this moment, I'd say. I still really want to capture him, though.
Yeah, same. He still is only... It's just him and one bodyguard, so he's either going to die in another fight, or... When Xu Chang falls and if he's still standing there, then I will focus on taking Lu Bu.
Just
That will be
everyone
my
go
mission.
take Lu Bu. That would be a great achievement for our video.
Yeah.
We're just capturing Lu Bu.
Let's see here. Okay, the guard cavalry is still moving on over there. Interesting. Let's see, Lu Bu is sending some halberds over. He's still just standing still. That's cool enough. Yuan Shao is also starting some fighting up on there in the north, trying to take some more territory for himself. And now our cavalry is also joining in. Hopefully they are going to give some good added help, especially with the archers to break down all those walls. I should have changed their command because they're still set on flanking, and they can't really do that to a city, as I recall.
No, I don't think that's useful.
Don't worry, we'll flank them through the other gate, but every gate is already full. Don't worry, we'll climb over the walls. There's not that thing in the game. The nobles are just trying to avoid fighting. Just leave them be. Okay, and now we're just burning down the last gate here. If we're lucky, then they might not have.
The sound effect of that burning fire is just so soothing, like a little campfire in the forest. But then it's not really so nice. It's fine. Just have my mug of hot chocolate. No problem.
Do we have any melee units coming down here? No, we don't. No one, or is the cavalry actually going to be the one coming all the way down here before this entry point? Yeah, the cavalry's coming. Do its actual charge, and that's against archers, if I'm not wrong. Ooh. We might take the city now if the cavalry can get to do their job properly.
That's exciting. I hope it does.
That's only if they actually fight back.
I love the way we can like look through these little gates. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
That's also just my favorite thing, just zooming in and just seeing it all happen.
Yeah. Come on, guys. They're just archers. They're peasants. No! No! So close. So close.
Oh.
But it will fall next turn. There is no doubt about that. And here came those halberd guys that I was wondering about what would be doing. So they're trying for the city 1 potential last time.
Yeah.
Now poor noblemen here are just getting destroyed. That's not very nice, Lubu. I thought we were friends. I let you
probably
live
didn't
twice.
accept anything because he had this in mind.
Yeah, that could potentially be true. Now one of our generals is taking up the mantle, and I think our general just fell right there. Yep, that's definitely him right there.
No.
But we did make them retreat. Hopefully he didn't get captured. Hopefully. But if we need to pay for another prisoner, that's just lovingly silly. Luoyang fell.
Oh.
The tyrant Dong Zhuo has destroyed the imperial capital, Luoyang, desecrated the royal graves and temples, and moved the emperor and court to the former capital of Chang'an in the west. Most of Luoyang's inhabitants have been driven west as well, causing great suffering, and many have died on the journey. Truly, it seems Dong Zhuo's wickedness knows no bounds.
Wicked.
Very wicked. And he did get captured. Oh my god, it's our heir.
No. So now we have to appoint. Well, maybe one of the kids grew up.
Yeah. We can do that.
I don't know how many years all of this took us, but I actually wonder how that works, like how time works. I mean, of course, we could play this loads and you have the turns, but like how many years would a turn be, you know, or months
There's a general
maybe?
thinking that 4 turns, you know, gets for the 4 seasons, you know, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. But even Neutron, who is a programmer on this very game, after all, developer.
He is the mastermind behind the whole game.
Yeah, even he says that there isn't really such a time frame inside the game at all. So really knowing the pass of time for this is kind of impossible.
Right. For people actually watching, Neutron, that's his name on Discord, but his real name is RT Smith. and some people might know him from back in the day when he was working on Total War. That's where he comes from originally. Did you know that, Wahka?
Yes, I did actually know that. I didn't remember his name, but
very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why it also shows in this game some of those features that I kind of missed for the management of Total War games that has come back in here, and it's just nice to see some 4X game with this combat.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I will get better.
He's been around for years, and yeah, it's quite cool to work with him, to be honest. I think he's great.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he next come up with, because now we have... First we got the Warring Stage, which was just a free LC for the game. Then we after all got Genghis Khan. And now we got 3 Kingdoms.
Yeah, yeah. And for anyone that's watching, he's also in there, and we're communicating with each other quite a lot, and you can give some feedback, and you get access to some nice testing if you want, if you're an active community member. So if you think that's kind of cool, join us on Discord as well, because it is quite fun, and we do play a lot together as well. Yeah.
And if they don't really play, then I sometimes stream some of their games on my very own channel, which is also a very, very fun place to get to see how everything can go wrong.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's actually cool that for this time we're recording something together, because we've always been streaming separately, and now... And that one time that I did a stream and I kicked everyone's ass and won.
That was so glorious.
That was great.
Okay, Xu Chang, be nice and just fall this turn. All your gates are open. We should have enough people for each one of them.
Yeah, we'll totally get this.
Oh, I'm seeing a naughty halberd guy trying again. Don't you dare. We already kicked you away once. Don't you dare. Okay, we have a 4th gate down here that finally doesn't have anyone in it. So now, because of the rules of the game, if someone gets into the settlement without anyone defending it, everyone else that's fighting gives up, because you just take the center and thereby it's over. The resistance has been broken. And with that, the capital has finally been taken, and Lu Bu is down actually trying to take Xu Chang. Wonder if Lu Bu is going to fall in this fight, since he was after all just him and a bodyguard. But I don't really see him anywhere, so either he's already fallen or he's doing something else. Oh, he was over here and... No, he's still fine. How he did that, I do not know.
He's a man of many talents, huh?
Apparently so. Yes, attack, attack. Help the guys inside the town. Do it! They just like watching. Meanies. So, should we help them? Nah, they got this.
Nah, we're good.
Should we just let them run through? Nah, we got this. Okay, now they did something. We got all of those guys on the way out. So, Guandu is still ours. But it seems like we could try and take Lu Bu down.
That would be cool. Let's just try. I mean, he's so vulnerable. He's just right there. If we all charge for him, that would be a great achievement for the video.
Yep. So it's going to happen in 2 turns. I'm not going to attack.
That's also about the amount of money we have left. 2 turns.
Luckily, you can work on a deficit for a while.
For a bit, but it's not perfect.
Never said it was going to be perfect, but it can
work. We're getting Lu Bu. Are we getting Lu Bu? Wahka, is that what we're doing? Are we getting him?
that is what we're doing. And we're also getting Hao Meng and Li Chu, who looks like... Is that... Doesn't he look like... Genghis? What you doing here?
No. Well, actually... It's not him, okay?
He's just been reincarnated. It's fine, Saskia. It's fine.
Genghis has a different... Yeah, he looks like him though, but I don't think it's the same guy.
Oh, no.
It's the
not.
same hat and the same pose. But he looks like him for sure.
That he
Well, I
does.
mean, Genghis had a lot of children, so, you know.
Ah, we just found a descendant. Okay.
Somewhere, yeah. Why not? I'm excited getting Lu Bu.
Well, he actually decided to move out of the town on his own. Or is he first walking into it now? Some interesting animations are going on over here. I told these guys to walk into town and the other ones to move out of town, but they're doing other things, and now Lu Bu walked into town and out of town again? Oh my, he's actually going out to potentially meet my cavalry. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Uh-oh.
Come on, shoot Lu Bu! You can do this! No, you're not shooting Lu Bu. Shoot Lu Bu! One of you, shoot him! Shoot him!
Just shoot the damn Lu Bu!
Oh well, as long as they're not moving, I can accept this. Oh, and there came our cavalry charge, beating up right there and getting completely decimated. He's there on his floating horse. We might just have gotten Lu Bu.
That's like the third time you said it though. So
Yeah, I know.
If we don't have him this time, it's like a joke now.
It's just third time's the charm. Come on, don't let me down.
It's kind of cool that we would get Lu Bu in like how many turns? 3 or 4? We have Lu Bu.
I've actually tried getting him on turn 3.
Wow.
That was when he tried to attack Guandu, and then I caught him and his faction died. And then it's just like, oh, I can hire Lu Bu. And then I did.
And did that work out for you?
It worked.
Interesting.
It was very interesting. Okay, information about enemies, don't mind that. Well, I don't see his character there anymore.
Uh-oh.
Did we capture him?
I don't know.
There he is!
Nice! That is a really, 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 really good thing. I was hoping we did. I get third's the charm, right?
Yes, first time the charm. So, now the big question. We can't hire him because he is a faction leader, so they won't accept that.
So how about we end this video with a glorious execution of Lu Bu?
Are you spoiling me? Is that what you're doing?
I think it's fun. I think it's a good way. That's like, okay, that's our video. We're executing Lu Bu. Done. Have fun playing the new DLC.
I just quickly
Out
want to
today.
check one thing before we do that. I just want to see how much is Lu Bu worth to them.
Okay.
Just want to see.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That could be fun, actually.
Let's see here. Okay, they're willing to pay over 200. Okay. It's apparently not even worth more than 350 gold for them.
Wow, great, Lu Bu. Maybe
Wow.
they're just like, well...
Will
we're
you
done with
pay
this
1,000 for him? They will actually pay about 600 for him.
Okay,
600
that's not
gold.
too bad,
That would
but...
be about 3 turns worth of us doing things. We could capture him again shortly.
He's just like our main way of getting income is just capturing and bringing back Lu Bu. And they're just like, God damn it, Lu Bu!
Gotta show that the game now has an extra way of earning money for you. After all, characters has more meaning.
Great.
But, nah, we're gonna go for the execution.
Yes! Oh god, did I do that out loud?
Yes, you did, and that's perfectly fine. The mighty and great Lu Bu, the world shall now know that you died, as historically happened, to Cao Cao's hands. So we're just following history, people. There's nothing wrong here.
No, alright.
Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Execute character.
I can watch. Let's get the blood off.
Yeah. So, with a burning Xu Chang and an executed Lu Bu, thank you everyone so much for watching.
Yes, I mean, we've done a good job. And how many turns? It was like 7 or 6 turns?
We did all this in 7 turns.
So you see, in 7 turns, a lot can happen in this new scenario. There is so much to do. And, well, I would say it's mainly about fighting and holding your ground and making strategic choices. Although, as you said, there are locations and factions where you can do it a little bit differently if you like a more calm playstyle. But I think in the end, you always get caught up in battles when you play this scenario, or you won't last long.
Very true. It is, after all, one of the most turbulent times of China. There was fighting everywhere, everyone wanting for power.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video that we did. The DLC is out today, which would be August 29, which is for us tomorrow, but we're acting as if it's today because we're recording this right now. But I really hope you guys enjoy the DLC. Also, really join our Discord if you'd like. We organize a lot of fun stuff there. We do giveaways, and the developer is there. And we just really love chatting with you guys who are enjoying the game as much as we do. I was Saskia, community manager of Iceberg Interactive, and below me is Wahka, Discord mod and Oriental Empire's genius extraordinaire.
And also Mixer player over on that streaming software if you want to see more of what I do.
Indeed. If you enjoyed Crazy Wacky Wahka, go to his Mixer account and give him a follow. That will make us happy a lot. So, well, Wahka, thank you for recording this fun video with me, and everybody else, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.